Rebecca, are you there?
Yeah, just a moment. I'm gonna go get a piece of.
Okay, just making sure you're there.
Okay, well, that's okay, I've got lots of homework to do. But you can go home and do some homework. Yeah, I gotta go buy a headset too.
So we're gonna be doing these every week,
At least one every week.
at least one every week. Okay, perfect.
You can turn your camera off if you don't want to show up.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
No, it's just that I'm at work. That's the boss of the office.
I'm at work too. Excuse me? Yes.
Yeah.
Never got the mic, and I got 7.1 surround sound speakers on.
I'm giving the professor another minute. She's online, but she hasn't made it into the chat.
Oh, Miss Carisal too?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That was at least headset. Okay, if you have like a mic, you just talk.
All right, let's go ahead and start. All right, this session is to show you how to use the library online catalog, and I'm going to do some screen sharing in a bit. And this is being recorded and it's going to be posted up to YouTube, but it's on a private section, so everybody can see it back when they have a chance.
Right.
All right. All right, can you see this homepage?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in order to find good sources for your rituals assignments, you'll need to search a few key search terms.
I may have to.
When you go here, in order to find electronic books or any streaming videos and audios, you need to go here to this books and journals tab here.
Books and journals.
Now, the key terms I recommend are culture and customs of. It's a specific controlled vocabulary. So when you enter this, you'll find several varieties of cultural and customs that we have here at the UTEP library. Now, once you enter the search, you'll see that we have 906 items under culture and customs of. This includes everything from books, electronic books, streaming video, and more. If you see right here on the left-hand side, you can see all the formats we have. If you click on more, you'll see what else we have underneath. Now, if you're unable to come to the UTEP library, there are several ebooks, streaming videos that you can look at. So just to pull out all the electronic books, you can click on ebook. And there's still 207 ebooks that you can open up and access. Now, for example, if I wanted the culture and customs of the United States, if I click on the title, it'll open up, and here's the record. Title, who the editor is, or it could be the author. Here is what it tells me that it's an electronic book. And here are the subject headings, and here's where we got the culture and customs of. In order to access this ebook, you must select the link here with this arrow showing. Once you click on it, a new window should open. Now there are a variety of ebooks that we have, and they can each, there's about 3 or 4 that open up differently. This one opens up in EBSCO, and here you can click the PDF full text to view the ebook. Now, if it opens up in EBSCO, the best thing about this is that you'll have the citation here on the right-hand side. So you can click on Cite and choose the appropriate citation format you're going to use and copy and paste. Now you still have to check that it's still correct by whichever manual you're using, And you can also use the research guide I've created to double check your citations. Now, if we go back, we can find other results by using the back to results button and select another one. Another type of ebook that you could see would be this one. If we wanted something about the history of the Jews of Russia, we could select this one. It's just an example to show you a different method of another ebook. You click on the arrow again. This one says to access this resource. And it might be going in my window. Yes, it opened up in the window I had open already. This book is not available for download, but you can read it online. So you can go ahead and click on the Read Online button, and that should open up. And this is another one. This is one that opens up in ProQuest. So this one you can go through and read this book as well. Now, if we go back to the results, and instead, if we wanted something streaming, we could take off the ebook selection by clicking on the X. The facets or the limiters will reload, and you can choose streaming video in this case. If you choose that method, you'll get also, again, electronic resource here, just like the ebooks. But here, when you click on it, it says streaming video, and this is a video. Click on the access this resource with the arrow. It'll open up in that window we had right now. And here's your video. And you can watch it online. And it provides a citation. So no matter what, you're going to have help with citations. Now, let's say we do want to specify that we want something specific. So let's go back, take this off. And we can go to an advanced search. And let's say we want to specify that we want the United States. Everything on the United States to do with culture and customs of will come up. So we click on search. And everything comes up. In this case, we have still 45 ebooks and 15 streaming videos. If you can't make it into the building, there are still plenty of resources online that you can use. If you can, there's 129 books that you can go through for just United States. All right, another search term that you can use is social, life, and conditions. This is another key term that you can use to find more materials. If you take a look, our ebooks, there's 866. Let's say we want to limit this by only the items in the United States. And we search. We're down to 972, but in ebooks, we still have 408, all in the United States. So if we click on that, everything on the United States comes up on social life and conditions. Do you have any questions on this so far?
No. Seems very straightforward.
Yes, it is. All right, we're going to go into how to evaluate your sources. And it's up on a PDF here. And I'll provide this, I'll get this on Moodle, or I'll provide it to the professor so she can go ahead and email it to everybody. The evaluating sources. Now, you have to be careful on what sources you use. You want scholarly sources. So it always helps to apply the CRAP test. Now it sounds funny sometimes, but it stands for currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. So if you use the CRAP test, you'll be able to determine exactly how reliable is the source. Now, some might know or remember from middle school, high school, their teachers pointing out the Pacific Northwest tree octopus. It looks like a very genuine sight when you're looking at it, but it doesn't exist. It's not real. As you go through it, you can see that, they've got activism going and they've provided sources, but none of them are reliable. Even when you go, this is the about, this is where it should tell you whether or not this is a credible source and this is what they have on their site. And down below at the bottom, it says the author of this article and its subsections is Lyle Zapato. That is not a credible source. This person has no authority on this. This is a made up organism. So, use the CRAP test. Currency. How timely is the information? You want to know most current information for some items. And sometimes, the thing you need the most is a YouTube video because you know what? It was recorded by, somebody in the community. Maybe it was community theater. And that's just how something's going to come up. And so depending on the time frame you have, you might need something the most current and something that's not so outdated. Plus, again, here, the last bullet on this one is, are the links functional? Some of the links on this Pacific Northwest tree octopus are not functional. They don't go anywhere. So that's another big red flag you should look at. Hey guys, did you hear Obama won? Obama's been president for a few years now. This would not be timely.
Right.
It's not even, this is for the first term. He's in his second term. So this is what I mean by timely material. Relevance. The importance of the information for your needs. You may need to seek a doctor's opinion on something, and that's how you get your information. You need to interview someone. Maybe for someone else's paper or research, they don't need to interview someone. The information needs to relate to the topic or your question you have. And then who's the intended audience? If you find material that's for kindergarten, it may not relate to your in-depth research paper on, the culture of the United States weddings. Furthermore, what level is it at? On top of the intended audience, what level is it at? I wouldn't recommend a scholarly journal to a child who's only 5 or who's 10. I would recommend something at an age-appropriate level. You need to make sure the research you're finding is scholarly work. Have you looked at a variety of sources before determining this one is the one you'll use? Make sure you find other sources to back up that same information. This is one of the few sites that'll reference this tree octopus. That's another big red flag telling you this does not exist. You could probably find more information that this does not exist than it does exist, and from credible sources. And again, would you be comfortable using this source for a research paper? Do you think your professor would question it? If you think your professor would question a source, talk to your professor. You can talk to me as well and see whether or not this source is credible. No, Patrick, Twilight Saga is an irrelevant source of information. Definitely not a good source for your paper in this course. Authority. Does this person, the author, the publisher, the source, or the sponsor, do they have the authority? Are they credible in the field they're writing in? For me, if I'm writing a paper, I'll be writing about library science, theater arts. I would have authority in the field because I have a master's in library. But does the author have the right to be writing, the authority to write about that topic? If I wrote a paper on something to do in the medical degree where I'm telling you, hey, you should have this surgery, you wouldn't trust me. I don't have a doctorate. I have a master's in library science, not in biology. Are the author's credentials and organization affiliations given? This is something you can search for. If you look at this page, it doesn't give this person's credentials. It just says he's the author. That's it.
Right.
It doesn't give his credentials at all. So you can always check to see what the author's credentials are, if they have a doctorate, if they should be giving medical advice, qualifications on the topic, contact information. They always can give contact information, especially talk to the publisher as well. You know, you can contact them to talk to them about this information. And that's how you can see exactly how credible this item is. And the URL may reveal something about the author. .coms are for commercial sites. Amazon.com, Walmart.com, Target.com. Educational sites, utep.edu. That's us, epcc.edu. Government websites, the US government, the census.gov. It tells you how credible the site is. A .org is a nonprofit organization. A .net will always be a network. If we go back to our tree octopus, it's a .net. There's another big clue. Back. Authority on this. Scholarly medical source from Dr. Zoidberg. Would you go to him? No. Okay. The accuracy. How reliable, truthful, and correct is the content? Tree octopus, not credible, not real, but the information is made up. So where does it come from? That's where you can start seeing this is why you check the references in an article. It's how you could check how reliable the information is. So plus, additionally, when you check the references, you may be able to use that reference as well to cite in your paper. So it's always a good idea to check the references no matter what you're checking for, accuracy or more information for your paper. And then, has the information been reviewed or referred? You can always check this off when you search in the databases that you want only scholarly peer-reviewed journals or articles. And that's how you'll know it's been reviewed by somebody else. And most articles will say it's been reviewed by, and normally if it's in a journal, it's already been reviewed by somebody else in the field with authority on what they're talking about in the topic. Can you verify any information in another source or from personal knowledge? We've never heard of a tree octopus. It wasn't until, somebody pointed out in school and they're like, this is real. No, it's not. This is possibly the only place you'll find this much information on this tree octopus. Again, another thing to look at, spelling, grammar, and other errors, because most scholarly journals and articles, they've been reviewed. They check spelling, they check grammar. If there's errors, it's possible that this is not an accurate, reliable source. Now, would you hop on to this at Hogwarts Express? I don't think so. So you want to check the accuracy of everything. Purpose. The reason the information exists. Somebody probably made up the tree octopus for a laugh. This is a very extensive site. So why does it exist? You know, maybe they're just trying to get money to pay for all this. Here, show the support, pay some money. Why does it exist? .org, nonprofit organizations. You know, .edu, we're here for educational reasons. Inform, teach, sell, entertain, persuade. It's all on the purpose of that information. So the authors will make it clear on what the purpose is. You know, if you open up an article in EBSCO, in Academic Search Complete, whichever, you will see an abstract for that article. It'll tell you the purpose and the intention of the author. Is the information fact, opinion, propaganda? And that's another tell of where you're getting it from. Fact, you could get it off of .edu and a .org. Educational organizations. Propaganda could come off of .coms because they'll have ads on the side. Propaganda can be from other sites like political sites. So, from what point of view does it appear? Objective and impartial? There, we have books here and online on opposing viewpoints, and you can get both views. So no one's biased towards one. So the website you choose, if you choose one, you should make sure it's not biased towards one way or the other. So always be suspicious of the sources you are using. Any questions, comments, suggestions?
No. Everything seems pretty straightforward.
Okay, that was it. That was the entire thing. Not too long, 30 minutes. This is just about more or less how each one will be. There'll be some beginning chat, questions afterwards. The middle will be mostly screen sharing to show exactly step by step, as if you guys were physically here on campus.
Right. That's perfect. That works out pretty good.
All right, good. All right, well, I will hope to see you next session.
Okay, hopefully.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.